All right, truly unbelievable. Yesterday, MSDNC guest host Tiffany Cross said that the RNC's African-American speakers look like a, quote, modern-day minstrel show. Huh? Okay, meanwhile, Baltimore GOP House candidate Kimberly Klacik said that the president's message is resonating with African-American voters, released this ad on Twitter calling out the Democratic Party for failing the African-American community in Baltimore. Take a look.
The Democrat Party have betrayed the black people of Baltimore. If the politicians walk the streets like I do, they would see exactly how their policies and corruption affects us.
Now, the polls support her claim, as a new survey released by The Hill Friday showed an increase in support from African-American voters at 9 points amid the RNC. And while Republicans and the president are working to make inroads with all American voters, Democrats, Michelle Obama, seem focused on, well, some politics of division, but we'll let you decide. You can listen.
When I'm just a black woman, I notice that white people don't even see me. They're not even looking at me. So I'm standing there with two little black girls, another black female adult. They're in soccer uniforms, and a white woman cuts right in front of us to order, like she didn't even see us. I can tell you a number of stories like that when I've been completely incognito during the 8 years in the White House, walking the dogs on the canal. People will come up and pet my dogs, but will not look me in the eye. They don't know it's me. And it's you know, what white folks don't understand, it's like that is so telling of how white America views people who are not like them.
Here with more reaction, Baltimore Republican congressional candidate Kimberly Klacik and civil rights attorney Leo Terrell. Kimberly, your ad blew me away. Is it true there are 13 public high schools in Baltimore that don't have one single child proficient in math?
That is absolutely true. Unfortunately, that's what we're dealing with in Baltimore. You know, I talked about it the other day on Maria's show Sunday morning. You know, now the message that President Trump is giving to black Americans, it's resonating for real. We have a team out 5 days a week talking to voters, and they are telling us how they're going to vote differently this time around, not just for me, but for President Trump. You know, they understand that opportunity zones, career opportunities, him, you know, actually doing something as far as criminal justice reform and actually investing in HBCUs, it means a lot to the black community. So I think a lot of people are excited.
Well, I'd love to see you win that race. That would be great. Leo Terrell, Zogby, and there are now many polls. These are not outliers any longer. 2.5 times the support among African Americans for Donald Trump than just 2016 alone. I want your take on that and your take on the podcast of Michelle Obama.
Well, first of all, I brought over 300,000 black Democrats to vote for Trump. I'm bringing more and more and more. So that's happening. Trump is going to get the highest number of black votes ever in modern day history for a Republican. Black voters are voting for Trump. But let me talk about Queen Michelle Obama. The Queen has made the most.
Be nice, Leo.
Okay. I'll be First Lady Michelle Obama. The comment was insulting. It was racist. She has now made it impossible for her ever to run for office again, because that statement would haunt her. But let's be clear. Let's deal with the facts. Iowa, 97% white, gave Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama a victory in caucus and back-to-back election. She made a moral decision that she knows what's in the hearts and minds of every American, and that is the part that was insulting. That comment that she made on that podcast, if she made that in a court of law, she would be convicted of racism. And so I think the comments were offensive and insulting to every American. For her to think she knows what's in the hearts of every white American, and for her to think she knows what's in the minds of every black American, it's insulting.
For the first time in my adult life, I am proud of my country, she said back famously when her husband was running, Kimberly.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't know what's going on and what Michelle Obama's life experiences have been, but I can tell her I won my primary on June 2nd with 70% of the vote, and 80% of my voters were from white America. You know, they, like Terrell said, you have to have white America to vote you in to be the president of the United States. The black population only makes up 13%. So you need white America and everyone else to vote. And he won 2 terms, you know, so I don't know what her experience has been, but it hasn't been my experience.
Last word,
You
Leo.
know, Sean, the bottom line is this. The Democrats are worried that black voters are voting for Trump, for Kimberly. They're shocked that I'm voting for Trump. And what's happening is this. They have to keep playing the race card to make sure there's racial division because they want to keep blacks on the Democratic plantation. It won't work.
All right, thank you both. Kimberly, good luck in your race. Leo, thank you. Coming up, Director of National Intelligence is now scaling back.